Put on my seatbelt. That'll help. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna just remind you, if you don't remember, I'm gonna bring back Red Pill Fab. So look out for that. I'll start leaving a link at the bottom of the video. I don't know if I'm gonna rejuvenate Red Pill Fab, the channel that I have now, which I don't want to, because the way YouTube track you is through various IP addresses, and once they lock onto that IP address, they transfer over all your violations and everything to your new channel. So honestly, I think I'm gonna just bring back Red Pill Fab 2.0. I'll transfer a lot of the videos from Red Pill via just me listening to them while I'm driving, because I don't know how to do that yet. But I'm bringing back Red Pill Fab, of course. But it's gonna be Red Pill Fab 2.0. All right. So what's up, y'all? The man out the myth, Chris One Radio Group. Please, man, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell. Like and share my videos, man. It is greatly appreciated. I want to talk about love debt. I'm going to talk about love debt. And I want to talk about love debt because a lot of individuals, you have love debt. And so what is love debt? Love debt is when you are in love with something and it's bad for you, and it's accruing a lot of bad stuff on the back end. One of the issues as a single black man that I realized trying to find, when I was trying to find a relationship, is the unfortunates that a lot of individuals that I met had love debt. And so love debt is the residuals. You will probably call it baggage. And I call it love debt because baggage means it's something that you carry with you. Debt means you owe a payment to it. And I can't tell you how many individuals I've met that act like their debt is free, like all the issues that they have is free. So they never acknowledge it at face value. Excuse me. So I'm gonna talk about love debt. So I am a person that I do not, and I mean I do not, and never did, involve myself with a woman just for sex. If I dealt with you, I want to marry you. I think the reason why I ran into a lot of issues early on in my life is because women was like, oh, he a sucker for love, he want love. It is only now that I realize that you need to be ready to retract on that at any time, because there's a lot of people that will take advantage of you. Let's just call it for what it is. So with that being said, I was in relationships. I was dealing with people from the perspective of, I want you to be my wife. And I think what I've realized, the unfortunates of telling a woman that is, they was like, I got that in the bag. Now all my pain and all my hurt, I'm gonna now transfer it over to you. I don't have a relationship with my mom, and I won't until my mom go to therapy. If I tell you that I was paying my mom's bills for 3.5 years, because my mom's perspective was, give me my flowers while I'm living. And I did that as the youngest one in the family. I thought that my mom would be proud of me. But instead, my mom was treating me like a stepchild that stole from her. I dealt with it from 2013, when it first reared its ugly head, until 2019. I said, I can't deal with this no more. People, there comes a time in everybody's life where you just have to say, if I have to be by myself, and that it is, so it is. All right. So I'm talking about love debt. So, what happens when you buy a house and you pay $300,000 for the house? The housing market collapsed, and now that house you paid $300,000 for is now only worth $140,000. You're now $160,000 in the red, upside down. If you sold that house today, you would have to give them $160,000. In addition to, you have to give the house up and then turn around and give $160,000 on top of that. All right? That is the same narrative and perspective that individuals go through when they try and start a relationship with love debt. When they try to start a relationship and they got love debt, what they are doing is they are giving that new person that upside down negative love. And that is just not cool. That's not. Now, do you throw that person away? No. But you do put that person on a timer. You tell that person, and I want to say this before I say that. Let me go left for a second. Honesty is the best card to play. Excuse me. Honesty. Because when you have exerted all your honesty, what you are left with is your decision. When you exerted all your honesty, what's left is a no-brainer. A no-brainer. That's what's left. You can't keep telling somebody, hey, listen, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. I am being mentored now in a trucking school. And the company that hired me to drive an 18-wheeler. And the first mentor that I had, I was telling him in 4 days that we were together, you've told me every time I had to make a turn to turn my blinker on. What happened to telling somebody, teaching somebody, then falling back and allowing them to now execute what you've taught them? I don't see that as a wrong thing. The boss of that location agreed with me and switched me. All right? So that's what I mean is when I say you don't throw the person away. A person that has love debt if they choose to not hear you, if they choose to be adamant about, overriding your words with it's not true, this is not right, blah blah, the blah blah story, then you got to start the exit. And I'm gonna give you an example. My child's mother had a lot of debt, had a lot of love debt. And some of her love debt was probably, and let me just say this, the unfortunates of some people's love debt, it end up converting to hate. So you're trying to converse with this individual. You're trying to tell this individual what's going on. And it's like with her, it was, listen, you love your daughter, so I'm going to teach you, I'm going to treat you how I want to treat you, and you just gonna have to deal with it, because you ain't going away, you love your daughter. Now, for those that know my story, the reason why I don't have a relationship with my daughter is because my daughter then started treating me like a mother. And this is why I tell men, don't ever fight to be a father. You're indirectly teaching your children your worth. Another story. So, Atia LaShawn Bradley had a lot of love debt. And it damn near was hate. And I feel as though that's the unfortunate situation with my mom. When something is allowed to manifest, it's not going to stay at that stage. It's going to grow. Love grows, debt grows. When you don't pay on a credit card bill, what's going to happen to that debt? It's going to grow. People, that is a simple perspective and a simple narrative that is the essence of the word debt. All right? I need y'all to follow me. So, what I'm telling you is, when you realize someone has when somebody has that debt, don't play collection agency. Don't play collection agency. Don't do that. I'm gonna tell you something. Bet on yourself every time. If you think you're that good, bet on yourself every time. Every time. Bet on yourself. I bet on myself every time. My dad, Todd Smith, created a great product. I bet on myself every time. I do. I bet on myself every time. Case in point, I just started at this company, and me and a guy that was working there longer than me, of course, because I just started. Why did they take my side? Because I did an excellent example at showing management the problem and how I gave that individual no chance at trying to change the script. And that happened because I'm not going to allow somebody to talk to me like a piece of and then be like, talk to him back. I was not in the position to play Chris. I was not in the position to play tough guy, big tough McGruff. No. I said, okay, there's a diplomatic way of exposing this cocksucker. And I think I did that well. So understand, people, that you should not be and play excuse me. You should not be, nor should you play collection agency for an individual that has love debt, that has a lot of debt, love debt. It's not worth it. You owe it to yourself to be better than that. The unfortunates of a lot of people, both men and women, we involve ourselves into people that have a lot of various debts. And debt means you are not. Dave Ramsey, the great Dave Ramsey, by the way, says the borrower is always a slave to the lender. You will always be a slave to your debt. Always. You will be a slave to your debt. As long as you harnessed it, as long as you keep it in its covenants, you will always be a slave to your debt. People, these are facts at 100%. But when I speak on them, they dub me the hated one. See you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.